Hello there, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Kanchefu. We're talking about what you have and what you don't have, and talking about what seems to be what we think we need and what we think we don't. Now, when I was thinking about the idea of the lack we have, the things that we perceive, oh, I want this, oh, I want to be here, I want to achieve this, I want to have this thing in my life. It's very easy to forget what you do have, are responsible for, what you currently are catering for, and what's yours. As I think about my life, in the pursuits of attainment, the lack of is always prevalent. Easier to see what you don't have compared to what you do have, because what you don't have, you're always going for that. How can I describe it? There's something to be, to use what you have currently as a source or a place to come from overrides what you don't have. Let me explain that deeper. When you use, for instance, the house you're in, the room you're in, the environment you're in, by taking time for yourself and understanding what you have, your story, where you've come from, what you know, what you've learned, all those key facets and areas, that's sometimes even more powerful than what anybody else could tell you. Not using your lack, but using what you have. What you have is much more advanced and is exactly what you need to pursue forward. It's quite interesting because I always thought, let's say you want to be earning more money, let's say you've got a goal you want to achieve. You always look, okay, how can I do this? What do I need? What do I need to do? When I first began, I always questioned that. How am I meant to achieve X, or how am I meant to get here? If I don't know how to do that, I don't know what I need to be doing. Okay, what is it I can do? What am I able to do? What can you achieve? What can you do with your two hands, with the mind, with every single experience you've been through, everything you've learned in school, university, in your life? From there, what can you learn and what can you decipher? Oh yeah, I learned this, I've seen that this and this and this leads into this. Fill in those blanks and see what, okay, I'm good at this, I'm bad at this. Now relate that to your goal, to where you want to be, to what you want to achieve. The one beautiful thing is, you learn something, you understand it, but it goes beyond that. You understand it, then you conceptualize it. You think, okay, how can I expand this? You know, I love to think of Iron Man and Jarvis, where he has his model, but he expands it and you can see the individual bolts and nuts to make the model. You expand it, then you understand, okay, what does this nut do? What does this bolt do? What does this panel do? But relate this to your goal, of course. What does this aspect do? Okay, what did I learn here that this can be applied to? Once you individually and specifically analyze what it is you have, what it is you can do, let's even make it more realistic. I can communicate beautifully. I'm able to be social. I'm able to talk to anybody. Or, for instance, I'm able to write. I'm able to think much further and wider than other people I've spoken to. I'm able to run. I'm able to sing. I'm able to dance. I'm able to have deep thoughts that truly resonate with people's core, that disrupts them. That's a powerful thing. Any quality you have that you have doesn't have to relate to somebody else's idea or ideation of what it is to be a quality, but a quality that you desire, whether you think it's a quality or not. Write it down. That quality you have, how can that relate in use to your goal? That's coming from a place of gain. What have I gained throughout my life? Not what do I lack, but what have I gained? In working in appreciation of what you have and where you've been and who you are, you begin to open up a story. You begin to open up ideas of self, perspectives of self you might not have had before. Because now you're seeing yourself as someone who has potential, someone who is capable, somebody who is able, and somebody who actually qualified to do this. Oh, I actually can do this. For instance, myself, I'm a coach, and one problematic hurdle I faced was, am I qualified to do this? For instance, coaching doesn't need a qualification. However, it's recommended in the industry for me to have a qualification to prove that I can do this, right? To have this piece of paper saying, yep, I spent this amount of time practicing this, so I can do it. I took time to myself and I really had a deep discussion with myself alone, writing it down. It wasn't over one night, this has been over a period of months. What makes me qualified to do this? I've looked at my story, I've looked at what I've overcome, I've looked at what it takes to be a coach, and I've formulated a story that I've truly believed makes me qualified to be a coach. It gives me the confidence to speak to you right now. It gives me the confidence to speak to my clients. It gives me the gain I need to come from that place of, oh yeah, you've got this. And then in addition, if I want to have a qualification, I can do that. But myself as the purest version of just who I am, no qualifications, no education, just who I am and what I've been through, that's enough to cultivate. And that's the same for you. It's such a powerful thing. It's such a, I can't even describe it because it's so advanced. I really wonder if you were to take time for yourself, if you were to analyze yourself, and I advocate this nearly in every single video because of its power, because you understand that. That's why you click on these videos to watch them. What would happen if you looked at yourself from a place to gain? If you looked at yourself from a place that this actually was a stepping stone, not a rock falling on my head, not something that's trying to hurt me, endanger me, but something that's actually trying to give me leverage, Something I can use, you can carry stones around, right? Something I could use to help me later on in a metaphorical and a realistic sense. A place to gain, a place of gain. And then it becomes philosophical. If everything you've been through wasn't there to degrade you, bring you down, then are you truly ever at a loss? Yes, you may not have the finances you want in your bank account. Yes, you may not be as fit as you want. Yes, you may not be at the place, the dream, the aspiration that you had desired. But you're at a place now that you weren't yesterday. And yesterday could be 10 years ago. Yesterday could be literally yesterday. You aren't at that place you were in the past. That deep hole of depression, of anxiety, of stress, of worry. Now you've changed. Now you've attuned yourself, you've bettered yourself. Does that not mean you were never at a loss? It's a deeper discussion, it's a deeper subject, and it's something you have to clarify with yourself. I love having these discussions, I love talking about this because we're really unveiling the truth about you every single video. Every single time we're here talking to one another. A place to gain is such a powerful thing. Appreciation for what has happened, essentially an understanding of self, an acceptance of a past, and letting go. Letting go. I've actually made a video on that before, but can you let go in order to advance? Can you see yourself in a different position in order to advance? I believe you can, and I always say if you don't believe yourself, believe me because I believe in you. My name is Kanchefu, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and comment gain. Have a good day, morning, night, or evening, or wherever you are in the world watching this. My name is Kanchefu once more. I'll see you next week.